All right. So I hope that for the next 2 hours, I can basically get a working Regex engine. We've had a lot of prep work, a lot of background to complete, um, a failed attempt, and finally, I think we have all the foundations required to actually match a regex expression to a bit of text. I hope. So I've done some setup. I've made a matching v2 because matching v1 was old and we don't want it. My plan is basically, this is my entry point, but what this package will provide is a run regex function, which will be public, and given your particular regex and your particular text, the entire workflow will be run via this, right? We'll get our expression from the tree, we'll construct our tree to make the expression, then we'll get the NFA from that expression, we'll get the DFA, and then we'll finally return the results of working with that DFA. Of course, I think I talked about this earlier, but there is one more sort of thing you could do. There's other steps you could do, including something called state minimization for the DFA. You could minimize the number of states in or nodes in the DFA, which would increase efficiency that way. But it would just give another DFA that's smaller. So the overarching ideas are the same. It's just you have a more efficient DFA. There are other optimizations you could do. There's a bunch of stuff, but I think this is kind of the bare bones ideas. So all we really have to do is traverse for every character. I'll do it like this. Oh, I'll do it outside the function. The overall plan is for every character in the text. So we start at the DFA start node. There is only one, so we start at that one. For each character in the text, we ask if our current node has an edge labeled with that character. For each, if it does, we move along that edge. And remember, this is a DFA. So as soon as we find that one edge, there's definitely no other edges we could use, because DFA means there's only one instance of each edge coming out of a particular node to the next node. And we do that. If not, we return false. And then if we run out of characters, we have to check if the node we are standing on is a finishing node, a terminal node. If it is, then return true. Otherwise, return false. And that's pretty much it. So, all of this complexity and all this setup is so that the actual checking is actually quite easy. We're literally looking for a path from the start node along the appropriate edges that finishes at a proper finishing node. And so this should actually be relatively straightforward in the grand scheme, because we have DFA and we have access to the start node. So DFA node start, or source maybe. And then, what I might do is because I need to know how long the character, I already called string length once, so there's no point calling it again. I'll call it text length, and I will text len is equal to the string length. Oh wait, no, I don't do it. Sorry, I get the string length from the regex, so that's fine. Actually, I'll do it again. Sorry, ignore all that. So text length is equal to string len of text. Oops. And then basically so for each character, we ask, if current node edges does not have the appropriate edge. So I need to ask, maybe as a helper, I can say Boolean, maybe not Boolean even, return an edge, like find matching edge kind of thing, given a character and given a particular node. And then returns null if it doesn't find it. So for int I less than node edges size. So going through each edge, if node edge, I'll say current edge actually. Wait, it's DFA edge, isn't it? I call it DFA edge. To current edge is equal to node edges data at I. If current edge spelling is equal to C, return this current edge, and then yeah, do that over and over again, and then return null if we can't find anything. And the way that I made the DFA was that if you had a period in your regex, that would expand into all of the characters. That would expand into like a bunch of edges labeled by each possible character, basically. So that should be that's not something I have to worry about too much. Yeah. Am I missing anything? If there was like a tab, for example, if I had a tab character in my original text, and my regex had --t. Yeah, okay. So I don't think I handled white space very well actually, now I think about that, but it's fine. And then yeah, so DFA edge the edge to traverse is equal to find matching edge given the character and given the node, which is current node. I need a variable for that. DFA node. I'll call this current node. If not edge to traverse, if it's equal to null, then I think I can immediately return false. There's no, we're reaching the error state if we're at a node and we can't traverse anywhere. Otherwise, actually, wait, hang on. Yeah, right? Should be fine. No, I'm pretty sure I'm right. If edge traverse, then there's no sense of backtracking because there's only one option, right? Okay, I'm starting to doubt myself, but I think it's right. If there's no edge to reverse, return false. Otherwise, the current node should equal to this edge's neighbor, because that returns that DFA. Wait, that is a DFA edge. Yeah, DFA node. Yeah, good. If the current node does not have the appropriate edges, return false. Yeah, so that's all that. And then we just do that over and over again until we get out. And then whatever the current node is, if current node terminal, then return true. Oh, actually, just return this. Because I want to check if it's terminal. If we're at a non-finishing node, then that's a problem. Because it's meant to keep going if we're at a non-finishing node. So yeah, after all of the complexity, I think that's it. So I do have to free a bunch of stuff, but I don't actually construct anything new. So it should just be a matter of using the functions I already created. I'll just say boolean results equals, and then return result. And in between here and here, I'll just free everything. Free expression. I need to change that name, but anyway. Given the expression, NFA free, given the NFA, DFA free, given the DFA. So yeah. How intriguing. Okay, let me try compile this, I guess. I have a bunch of stuff I have to include. Hang on, let me... I will make a makefile or a CMakeFile eventually. I just can't be bothered right now. There'll be one that's like wrong. This needs to be DFA construction include. And then of course I have to also make sure I have this source file. Okay, so if I do gmod, nope, first I have to, what have I done? First I have to cd into matching v2, then gmod all of the sh files. I forgot the plus x. Alright. Compile G. Oh. My bad. Alright, so what should I try? So wait, what do I do first? It's argv0 refers to the regex. I'll just write that down. So first command line argument is the regex. Second command line argument is the text. Okay. So let's say I'm trying to match ABC. As in, let's say that's the regex. I kind of wish it was the other way around now. And in fact, I wrote my... Yeah, let me just swap this around. And I wrote my usage text first as well, so this should say text. Yeah, so it should be text first, then regex. So 0 is now... Okay, I'll compile it again. Okay, so a.out, abc for my text, and abc is the regex. What? That should say 3. My bad. I don't seem to be able to count. Damn it! Okay. Okay, so this is printing out the NFA stuff, so that's not really helpful. I can check this 0 to 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, and then there should be like between 1 and 2 there's a 7, which is the merging node, the concatenation, and then between 3 and 4 there's the 6 node, which is another concatenation. So that looks fine in terms of the regex. I would prefer though to print the DFA if I can. Let me get rid of all this printing. So edge from oh right. Okay. First things first, I comment that out so that it shouldn't just compile. It shouldn't okay, good. So that shouldn't print. And then there should be a print. I think I have a print function though, right? Yes. So DFA print. I can run DFA print to actually see what the things look like. So DFA print, given the DFA. So what I think it should look like is literally very similar. It should be 3 nodes, I think, if I'm understanding my own thing correctly. It should be 3 nodes. Yeah. And 3 is the finishing node. So why it didn't why this didn't work, I'm very confused. Like, hang on. The starting node, let me just print some stuff. Let me be very verbose about this. So source node is equal to %d, which is the DFA ID. Nope. Start ID. I can call it current node actually. Let me see the current node. Have I done like something really silly? And then I'll put some print statements in here as well. Printf could not find a valid edge. Printf current node equals, put a tab in here, else, oh wait, no, that's fine, isn't it? Because you return here, so I'm very confused. I'll just put an else in here. I don't think this will make a difference, but I'm a bit. Then again, I thought this was correct already, so. So if there's no edge to traverse, then this one. Otherwise, go to the neighbor. Okay, yeah. That should be enough, I think. What is this then? Okay, let me do more printing, I guess. Printf current edge spelling equals %c, and we take the current edge spelling, and then we do something along the lines of, maybe I'll just print with a tab. Nah, it's not necessary actually, because I print the node thing here, so it should be fine. Oh, no, wait, this is a character though. Text char equals. Am I like dumb? Am I like not reading things right? Wait, what? Text char is a dot. Why is the text? Where did dot come from? Oh, it should be 1 and 2. I know how arrays work. I promise. There we go. Okay, yeah. It wasn't even the. Okay, now let's. Okay, so I'm assuming if I do like empty string and like empty string, that also works. Cool. And if it does like, if my text is like, wait, which one's which again? If my text is ABC but the regex is empty, cool. And if it's like, okay, now we have some. Now we try some stuff. Let's say I have A B C, and I do A star B C. Haha, it works. Good, so it matches all that. What if I have like a few more A's? Good, okay, so it knows like how many to match. What if I have too many A's? Like, sorry, not too many. Let's say I have 1, 2, 3, and I have 1, 2, 3, so the A star should match nothing. Fantastic. Now let's try some fail cases. Let's say I have too many A's. Haha, it worked. What if I try ABC? What if I try uh what a dumb bug. Just forgot to. Anyway, sorry, I'm like still thinking about it. What if I try? What's our dot, right? Oh, let me try like or as well. A B or B C star. No, let me not do be too complex. Let's do that first. Ooh, it failed. No, it. Wait. Yeah, it failed. It should have worked. No. I think my DFA is completely wrong. I should have tested my DFA more. Okay, fine. The or thing didn't work at all. That's a bit nuts to me. Like, it should be A, B, or B, C kind of thing. Okay. I have 1.5 hours to figure this out. Okay, let me do one thing. So, oh wait, no, I did the wrong way around. It's, oh my god, I'm so silly. Wait, yeah, I did the wrong way around. A, B, or B, C, and then this is B, C. My apologies. Okay, good. And then if I try A, B, good. If I try AC, no, good. If I try, all right, now we try some stuff. So let's put some groups in here. So no plus. Wait. Sorry. This is the text. First we're giving text. Broccoli. There's no way there's one L. Oh, there is one L. Yeah, I don't know how to spell. Anyway, broccoli versus like B dot. Remember, so this is me testing the dot. O C star dot I. So that should work. Oh. Wait, did I put enough dots? BROCC. Oh, I missed a dot, sorry. There we go. Okay. Whoa. You can see all of the reason why there's so many is because every dot it basically expands into oh there's so much output. Every dot basically expands into like 60 edges. I think I talked about this last time, but yeah. Was it a good way of doing things? No. But the alternative way would have been nah, but then you have like 2 edges you could traverse. Nah, I think I prefer doing like that. I don't know. Okay, what else could I try? I need to put groups. So like, let's say the regex is like let's say let's think about like times I actually use regex. So let's say I'm looking for all of the variables. Let's say I'm looking for all the declarations of something, or all C declarations. So I'm expecting to either start with a boolean, or int, or we'll say declarations for variables. So float, we'll say double as well. There's others, of course, short and everything, but like we'll just say those. And then I'm looking for a space, and then I'm looking for one or more characters. Specifically, okay, this is where my thing gets a bit dumb. Normally in regex, like normal regex, you can do stuff like this to indicate I want a letter, but mine doesn't do that. What I would have to do is A or B or C or D. I'm not gonna do all that, so I'll just say dot, and we'll just pretend that we'll just pretend. If I wanted to add this feature though, if I wanted to do something like this, I would need to add that to my parser. I think I could add that to my parser and basically explain to my parser, like get my parser to expand this as, you know, A or B or C dot 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 A or B or C, etc. Like I think that's what I would do, because the operations I picked are the ones that are like bare bones. All the other like regex, as far as I can think, all the other regex operations can kind of be broken down into versions of the regex operations that I have implemented. So anyway, yeah, I want a letter, but we'll say dot followed by 0 or more letters and numbers, and then a semicolon at the end. So that's like all of the variables. That's all of the instances of variable declarations, I think. Or equal signs as well, actually. There could be an assignment. And then, so yeah, either it's a semicolon at the end, or you could have a space, or you could have you could have 0 more instances of a space. Does this work if I do space star? Followed by like equal sign, and then like another few spaces, and then like some amount of things that make up the right hand side of the assignment, and then a semicolon. So I think I could actually write this like this. This got very complicated very quickly, but anyway. So you have your type, followed by space, followed by, you know, your identifier, and then you either have nothing or you have it being equal to some other stuff, you know, another variable or a literal, and then it ends with a semicolon. So if I do something like int j equals 5 or 4, semicolon, it matches. If I, for example, forget my semicolon, then it doesn't match because I didn't put the semicolon. If I try to use void or something that's not legal, of course it won't work because the void won't match, etc. So I think the stuff like that will work. So that's quite fun. It would be pretty cool to like see if I could integrate this into like some other app. But like, because Google Docs doesn't have regex find, right? So maybe like something like this could be integrated into that, but stuff like that. I don't know, does Google Docs have? Oops. Does Google Docs have regex find? Oh. Okay, never mind. But, you know, there's probably some place that doesn't use it, so that'd be cool. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. As far as I can tell, I've basically followed the theory. I should check leaks, actually. Let me, I did compile with G, right? I don't know what else I would compile with. Leaks at exit. Whoops. My apologies. And then like, that's my text, and then my regex is like, cool. Okay, so yeah, because I didn't malloc anything new, so that makes sense. All right, so of course all there's left to do is just structure everything, which I can do in my own time, and I will make a CMake file to make building a bit easier, because I don't want to have to, I shouldn't have to Look, this was just so I didn't have to worry about CMake files, alright? Let's not judge me too hard. Alright, but that was nice and simple. Finally, we had a normal day. Okay, and that pretty much ends everything. That was a nice project. Built a regex engine. Can tick that one off. Alright.